Hello, everyone. Welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. This is
Yee.
the warning. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. I agree. Again,
It's like so sweet though.
new game. Please enter your name.
Dead wolf. Or just wolf. Whatever. We're making Michael gonna suffer for this.
Okay, so you can
Uh-huh.
choose two girls you want to be. Because there's four girls.
Yeah, I know.
Um, there's Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. Which one do
I
you want to
think
be?
okay. Personally, I say you will be a really good Monica for this.
Okay, who's the second girl you want to be?
Honestly, I think I like Monica. I will say that a good Monica for this.
I know, but who's the second girl? Because we need to split them out evenly.
Yeah, I know. So the other one that I left is Sayori. I'm trying to remember the names.
Sayori is your friend. Um, Yuri is the purple-haired one, and Natsuki is the really short, pink-haired one.
So I'll be Sayori and Natsuki.
I thought you said you were gonna be Monica.
No, I told you like you will be the good Monica. I said you will be Monica. Like say that you will be great Monica for this shit.
Okay, so
Because you know
I'm
why.
Monica and Yuri.
E.
Okay.
I just know you will be like making like really how they act later on the game really good. Especially Monica.
I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, so starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
uh, I almost left again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I had to
That
stop and wait
that
for you.
that's me.
Oh, that's you. I
Maybe,
did
but
not see
only
the name,
because I
sorry.
decided to stop and wait for you.
You said that you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Michael.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. I just love the voice I gave it.
Hey, don't worry, Michael. Are you on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you
I
already,
told
I'm
you.
not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. My screen may be a bit laggy. You told me you were doing a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or having skill before college.
That's you.
And now my mom was talking to me. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Yeah, no, you're happy now, but out there at the top, you're becoming a need in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though.
Will you really follow me, your child, little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I even know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at a wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hell yeah. Hello.
Sayori? Sayori must have come in the classroom when I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I catch you come out the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and breaking out and so in. I think you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Bruh.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
Know what?
Well, that you go to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
there is no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Oh, jeez.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I will bring in a new member. And that's gonna make cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let along. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Hey, let's go!
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and up the stairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori is full of energy as swings up in the classroom door.
The new member's here!
I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Okay. I gotta think of a good voice. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously, you got a boy? Wait to kill the atmosphere.
Ah, Michael, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club? is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry. Natsuki.
Why Natsuki
The
just
girl with the
touched me?
sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
I just ignore her when she gets smoothies.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then backs towards the other girl.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the master, the smartest in the group.
Don't say things like that. Wait, no, fuck! Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Wait. Fuck! It's nice to meet both of you.
Sounds like Yuri knows Monica, is that right?
That's... What? I forgot the voice I gave her. That's right. Sort of like a... It's great to see you again, Michael. Monica smiles sweetly. We don't know each other. We rarely talked. But we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Yeah, Michael, we made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me and Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged around to form a table. As I already mentioned, that it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one seat next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Yay! Are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, what?
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The
Aw.
whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Okay, well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. Can't help but notice her seeking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. Icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said.
Well, maybe. But not for you dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us and begins setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Eh, that's not... Insulted,
Aw.
Yuri looks away.
That's so sad.
I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad.
Aw.
Yuri faintly
That's
smiles to
gentle.
herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Aw. Monica really is a great reader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not that many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when something doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah,
We'll do our best.
you know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Michael, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, wait. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them are amazing to me. And telling them is a good story, such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately taken advantage of at your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh,
Relate.
why's that?
Well, I just.
Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gave you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Say it out loud. And give that back.
Fine, fine.
You can fix your poem. Everything is it's just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Baka! Natsuki, you write your own poems?
I guess sometimes. What do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You won't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same. I guess it's the same for Yuri.
I want to read someone's poem. I want to read enough poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay! I have an idea for everyone. Nat and Yuri. Nani? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Michael? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said that I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look in. I lose my train of thought. All four girls staring back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought. Yo, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need in order to spend time with every... Okay, get... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcake, I will be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring in to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Michael, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
What the? Just imagine that Monica
Yeah,
all the time had a crush for the main character.
probably. Can I really
And that's
impress
why
the craft star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Sayori and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey Michael, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. It's
Why
your
don't you talk-
line.
Hmm?
It's your line.
My feet freaking froze. Damn it. Eh. I already said yay.
Yeah, she just said gay.
I already said that.
Oh,
Did you?
no, I
we
didn't
will
hear
cut
you.
this. We will cut this small part out. Okay.
With that, the two of us depart and the club room make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day of school after the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay. Pick a word you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Music. Mm.
Games, kawaii.
Determination. Determination. E.
Unrestrained existence.
Adventure. 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 No.
Dang it! I'm trying to do. Grief, precious, rose, flower, boop,
Boop.
vitality, lucky, marshmallow,
Headphones on.
calm, heaven sent, landscape, nature, kitty, pure, effulgent, vivid, vibrant, infinite, friends.
Friends.
Dang it.
Yay.
Uncanny climax, giggle, imagination, cage, entropy, suicide,
No.
special, analysis, daydream, cheer,
Yes.
kiss, holiday, sing, fireflies,
Fireflies.
dance,
Depression.
depression, mouse, milk, bunny, sticky, eternity, skipping, bliss, insight,
Anime.
nibble,
Anime.
tears, uncontrollable, marriage, misfortune, pain, crimson, heart, laugh,
Love. Oh.
promise, bouncy, doki doki, lazy, atone, peace, email, flee, poof, captive, cute, oh fuck, accidentally double clicked, romance, lipstick, hurt, sadness, vertigo, misery, papa,
Happiness.
happiness, okay, warm, frightened,
Ooh.
candy,
Candy for the last one though. Nothing can be candy though.
I think most of them
Worm.
were Natsuki.
Yeah. Yeah, that's most likely. Natsuki.
I'm also
Thank you.
eating as I record, so
Oh, definitely.
glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Michael. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature club when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, like he just had any slack. Tanya told me you didn't even want to join any club this year. And last year too. Okay, well, I don't know if you plan to just come here or hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature! Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys.
Michael,
that's not his having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
how dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
It does the...
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
Oh, you're my gonna be good friend too!
Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
You may even plan to something today, you know?
Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind.
Aww.
Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it really wasn't.
Aww.
What do I do?
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. Oh.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, just discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well,
Aww.
you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the core. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance.
Aww.
Sorry for burping. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand.
You're looking for something
That's me.
here?
Michael got his nuts ripped out and he went up an octave. You looking for something in there?
Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga.
You read manga, right?
Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person really stands. How did you know anyway?
You need to bring it up at some point. It's kind of fizzy on your face.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is.
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Much better. That was straight up with me. Seeing a box says with one book missing a part, the most irritating sight in the world. Yep, me. Just me.
I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of before in my entire life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass at that door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the sound of your voice. But I'll tell you that one thing, Michael.
Oh wait, no, that's you.
I have a moment. Because there are this lesson takes from the literature. Don't judge a book by its cover. Isn't that like the most used line ever? In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe.
Don't just stand there.
Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat to the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats the ground next to me, next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
That won't work. We can't be at the same time like that.
Why is that? I guess it's easier to be closer like this.
Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Well, how has it been since I read this at the beginning?
You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes I already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk all at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school, typically a slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of the sense rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot?
Well, obviously. You think I will enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. That just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. I don't know, there's all kind of kinds of drama. Like when they get to all their backstory and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. Straight up me. There are so many touching parts.
Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean?
Ugh. Atsuki gives me a little shove. I
I
just meant
just
that
meant
it's me.
that.
He keeps on losing his nuts. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power.
God, good save.
This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga?
Well,
Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something.
yeah. Why does that matter?
It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right?
That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time going this manga. Like, I will never ever get into NC because it's in a manga. Yeah, right. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable.
Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Ah! Cute!
Aw.
We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
No, it's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't?
That's not. Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not film it in? Yes.
Sorry.
Like, I could ever get my friends to read it. To read this. They just think manga is for kids. Dude. I can't even pick it up without them being, like, eh? You still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face.
Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser. I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it stay here in the club room. Oh shit. Get Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not...
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
The face though. So... Hey, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing.
I thought I forgot that happens.
Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels.
Mana is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when, uh, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter.
Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usually bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. Being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom is a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems?
Oh, come on! Quit your timing me any worse.
Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily sides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki.
You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happened?
Yeah, but Monica just said,
Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you.
is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this.
And of course, it would take forever to finish if you don't take it home. Let's finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you.
By tomorrow? Only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this, but I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sawyer is on a wrinkled sheet, loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica writes hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay, let's share it with Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair that I share mine with her first. That's you. That's you. Okay, I guess I'll just do it. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point in sharing this in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me a dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like, and you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki retorts, gets caught in her throat. You're so You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat, like on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went in than I'd realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you're learning something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I don't really... Okay.
Okay, I'm back. My mom just came in and started talking with me, so.
Oh, okay. So... We're at 52 minutes. Okay, so we can probably finish this day.
Okay.
So, Sayori...
That's a good poem, Michael. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's what it impressed me. But to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. Dude, I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact I'm standing right in front of you in the club room. Well, of course.
Well, of course.
I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Michael. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying to things like this for other people. That's something that only really, really good people can do. Really good people do, eh?
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees a full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you know read my poem too, right?
Don't worry, I'm really bad at... Wait, no, that's her.
Dummy. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my
Ooh,
forehead to help me out of bed,
she nailed
making me
this.
rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I couldn't sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, just a little, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
Okay, I forgot to do it last time.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still try my best.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It just came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast.
That's her.
Even though you were late to school?
I bet it's fast breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me.
That was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Yuri?
Well, I just feel bad I was leaving Monica for last.
Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. It's fine, don't force yourself. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face into her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, just that there's a specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not saying that you can't be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the clubs gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Michael. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did just glance over it, is all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of it like that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up one of these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you.
No. Monica.
Hi, Michael. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you are new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the clubs, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Michael. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Michael. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein?
What?
Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably wouldn't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I find the comfortable thing. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone might be a little biased toward their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write it out the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina is already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretches forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very...
I'm not sure what describing the whole game.
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Aww.
I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what happens. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. That's you.
What's with this language?
Eh? Did you say something?
Oh, nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks.
You went mine.
Sorry. Yours is cute.
Okay. You could be with the symbolism or something. It's clearly about the fear of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Aw. You mean you have to take that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for today, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Oof. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Michael did too. But based on that, I'm gonna give you some suggestions of my own. Oof. First of all.
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I have spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Michael liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh?
Ugh,
Sorry.
I didn't realize you were so invested in title, but I remember Yuri. Holy fuck.
Eh?
Sudden music change.
That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous Michael appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he did appreciate my advice more? How much do you... I don't know about yourself. How much do you bet they will bring us... How much do you bet they will bring us into this and we will have to choose either which of them was who we like the advice more?
No.
How much do you bet?
If I was full of myself, I would deliberately be going out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Ah. Is everyone okay? You know what? I wanted the one who's both magic and good and I figure as soon as Michael started to showing up, oh shit!
Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you!
I don't like fighting, guys!
Suddenly, both girls turn towards me,
Told
as
you.
if I was just noticed, standing there.
I told you.
Michael, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true.
Isn't true? She started it. She could be over herself and let the vision that simple writing is more effective. That this would have happened in the first place. What's the point making your poor uncle overloaded for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the vehicle, not for them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Michael.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Michael? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Natsuki, Yuri. Help me, Sayori! Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori!
Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Michael. What is her problem? This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, Anastasia wants to tell you what a suck of jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place.
You? I don't think so. This is exactly why. How much do you bet Monica will come into this? Exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Oh my god. Just as I said stop, the music just stopped. Doki, Yuri! You guys are my friends! Aww. I just want to get along and be happy. Aww. My friends are wonderful people. This is making me sad. And I know that because they're different. Oh, this is making me sad. That's Natsuki's poems. They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And your poems are amazing because they paint beautiful picture in your head. Oh, everyone is talented. So why are we fighting? Because
Well,
also that's to kick you and there's nothing wrong with that. And you're going to say that to her. You just know how to keep on picking up her boobs.
big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. Oh, make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So
Sorry
this is
again,
why
Mom.
Sayori is
Sorry
vice
again, my
president,
mom came in.
whispered to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might have come off as a good leader. I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her getting herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did y'all feel about sharing poems? It was lots of fun.
Okay.
I didn't know if you were there or not.
Yeah, I'm here now. It was lots of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Michael, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with my newfound determination.
Michael! Festival call?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? About what happened earlier.
Yeah, what do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I ever seen them fight like that. They're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. It's just I wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Yeah. You know, Michael, it's not that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. Aww. And I think everyone really likes you too. In what way, actually? Every day is going to be so much fun.
Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Aw. Okay.
Yeah, let's do this.
Aw. Okay. Next poem.
We're actually gonna save. 'Cause
Yes.
Alright, save. Okay, so that was Doki Doki Literature Club. That was really fun. And this is probably going to be a new series. So we will see you all in the next video.